At the beginning of the story, we meet an elderly man named Wang Fu. He explains that he is the guardian of 5 magical gemstones, known as the Miraculouses, each possessing incredible power. Among them, the most powerful is the Butterfly Miraculous. Whenever it senses darkness or evil within a person's heart, it can enter that person and transform them into a terrifying monster in a matter of seconds. The only forces capable of standing against the Butterfly Miraculous are 2 other magical gemstones, Ladybug and Cat Noir. When their powers are combined, they become incredibly powerful. However, there was one major problem. Ladybug and Cat Noir were enemies who constantly fought with each other instead of working together. The story then shifts to the city of Paris, where a teenage girl named Marinette lives with her parents. Her father owns a bakery and is well known for making delicious pastries and baked goods. Marinette is extremely shy, and because of that, she doesn't have any friends at school. One morning, as she's getting ready to leave, her father offers to drive her to school. But Marinette quickly refuses because she doesn't want her classmates to find out that her dad runs a bakery. She's also afraid that other students might make fun of her because of it. Just then, her mother steps in. After sending Marinette's father back to the kitchen, she gently reminds Marinette that she shouldn't worry so much about what other people think of her. Soon, Marinette heads off to school. Along the way, she gets lost in her thoughts, daydreaming about a perfect world where everything is exactly the way she wishes it could be. When she arrives at school, a boy named Nino accidentally crashes into her while rushing through the hallway. The impact sends Marinette stumbling forward, and she bumps into a girl named Chloe. A cup of coffee spills all over Chloe's expensive sweater, ruining it instantly. Chloe is furious and is ready to take her anger out on Marinette. But before she can do anything, a girl named Alia starts recording the situation on her phone. Not wanting to look bad on camera, Chloe is forced to back off and even pretends to be friendly toward Marinette. After Chloe leaves, Marinette thanks Alia for helping her. The two quickly hit it off and become good friends. As time goes on, it seems like everything Marinette does somehow turns into a disaster. Even so, Alia always stands by her side and encourages her to participate in different school activities and competitions. Unfortunately, things never seem to go Marinette's way, and she ends up failing one event after another. Most of the students make fun of her, leaving Marinette feeling embarrassed and discouraged. Then Chloe decides it's the perfect opportunity to get revenge for the ruined sweater. She panics and runs away. Chloe and her friend Sabrina chase after her, but Marinette manages to escape and hides inside the school library. While hiding there, she meets a boy named Adrian. Noticing tears in her eyes, Adrian asks if she's been embarrassed. Marinette quickly lies and says that her eyes are just irritated because of the pollution in the air. Adrian doesn't push the subject and simply returns to reading his book. Marinette secretly keeps glancing at him because she's already starting to develop feelings for him. Suddenly, Marinette accidentally knocks over a table. Books come crashing down around her, creating yet another painfully embarrassing moment. When Adrian sees what happened, he immediately comes over and helps her pick everything up. Once they're finished, he leaves the library, but the encounter leaves a lasting impression on Marinette. In the next scene, we meet Adrian's father, one of the most famous fashion designers in Paris, and an incredibly wealthy man. We learn that Adrian's mother passed away years ago. Since then, Adrian's father has felt completely alone and has buried himself in work. Because of his busy schedule, he rarely spends any time with his son. Adrian often feels lonely and heartbroken. After losing his mother, he feels like there's no one left who truly understands him, and he misses her deeply every single day. Adrian is also frustrated with his father for never being around and for constantly putting work ahead of family. It's then revealed that Adrian's father possesses the Butterfly Miraculous, the most powerful of all the magical gemstones. An unknown person had given it to him years earlier. Now, driven by grief and desperation, Adrian's father plans to use the Butterfly Miraculous and its incredible powers for one purpose only: to bring Adrian's mother back to life. One day, Adrian's father asks the Butterfly Miraculous to grant him the power to bring his wife back. In response, the magical creature living inside the Miraculous, known as a Kwami, explains that such a power is beyond its abilities. The only Miraculouses capable of bringing someone back are Ladybug and Cat Noir. According to legend, those 2 Miraculouses only appear when the world is facing destruction or a major threat. After hearing this, Adrian's father makes a shocking decision. If a great disaster is what it takes to bring his wife back, then he's willing to plunge the entire world into chaos. Adrian's father then places the Butterfly Miraculous around his neck, its dark energy immediately begins flowing through his body. Moments later, evil butterflies start emerging around him, a clear sign that something terrible is about to happen. Meanwhile, Wang Fu, the guardian of the 5 miraculouses, senses the approaching danger. Realizing that the world may soon be in trouble, he decides to release the Ladybug and Cat Noir miraculouses so they can find their chosen hosts and work together to stop the threat. Before setting them free, Wang Fu warns them not to fight with each other. Unfortunately, the moment they're released, Ladybug and Cat Noir start arguing anyway. Ignoring Wang Fu's warning, they fly off toward the city to search for their hosts. Wang Fu immediately chases after them, hoping to keep them under control. Back in the city, Marinette is still running from Chloe. Chloe has been determined to teach Marinette a lesson. While trying to escape, Marinette suddenly notices that an elderly man is about to be hit by a car. Without even thinking about her own safety, she rushes forward and saves him just in time. That man turns out to be Wang Fu, who had arrived in the city while chasing the miraculouses. When Wang Fu notices that the Ladybug miraculous has hidden itself inside Marinette's bag, he immediately understands what happened. The miraculous has chosen Marinette as its host. After all, she risked her own life to save a complete stranger, proving that she has a kind and courageous heart. A short time later, Marinette manages to lose Chloe and hides in a nearby alley. Chloe's friend Sabrina actually spots Marinette hiding there, but instead of telling Chloe, she quietly walks away. As Marinette catches her breath, she loses her balance and falls through a window, landing inside a small corner shop. Inside the shop, she notices a beautiful pair of earrings. She instantly falls in love with them and decides to put them on. The moment she wears the earrings, the Ladybug Kwame appears before her. Marinette is completely terrified at first, but the Kwame quickly explains everything. She tells Marinette that she has been chosen as the new holder of the Ladybug Miraculous, and that she must work alongside Cat Noir to save the world from the coming disaster. A moment later, the Ladybug Kwame merges with Marinette. In an instant, Marinette transforms into the superhero Ladybug. Looking at her new appearance, Marinette can hardly believe her eyes. At the same time, somewhere else in the city, a man gathers the courage to propose to a woman he likes. Unfortunately, she rejects him. Heartbroken and furious, sensing his anger and sadness, one of the Butterfly Miraculous's evil butterflies flies into him and transforms him into a powerful monster. In the next scene, we see Adrian, who has been chosen by the Cat Noir Miraculous. After transforming into Cat Noir, soon afterward, the Ladybug Kwame directs Marinette toward a church where the growing threat has appeared. When she arrives, she discovers that Cat Noir is already there waiting. Because Marinette has no idea how to use her new abilities yet, things don't exactly go smoothly. During her first attempt at being a superhero, she ends up dangling from the church alongside Cat Noir. This is the first time Adrian and Marinette have met as Cat Noir and Ladybug, so neither of them recognizes the other. Meanwhile, Adrian can't help showing off a little, proudly bragging about his amazing new powers. Not long after, the possessed man arrives at the church in the form of a giant monster. The monster immediately attacks them. Eager to impress Ladybug, Cat Noir decides to take on the monster by himself. He rushes into battle, determined to show off his skills. But the monster is far stronger than he expected. Before long, Cat Noir realizes he can't handle the creature alone and calls out to Ladybug for help. At first, Marinette refuses. However, when she sees Cat Noir struggling against the monster, despite her fear, Marinette finally decides to step in and help him. Since this was the very first time Adrian and Marinette were using their powers, fighting the monster was far from easy. A fierce battle breaks out between Ladybug, Cat Noir, and the giant creature. Throughout the fight, both heroes struggle to control their abilities. After a long and exhausting battle, the two heroes finally manage to work together and bring the giant monster down. As soon as the monster is defeated, an evil butterfly flies out of the man's body and disappears into the sky. Because Ladybug saved his life during the battle, Cat Noir immediately starts developing feelings for her. Ladybug, however, doesn't feel the same way. While the two heroes are still trying to figure out what that mysterious monster was, Wang Fu suddenly appears before them. He explains that they were chosen for a reason. According to Wang Fu, a powerful villain known as Moth is threatening the world, and only Ladybug and Cat Noir have the power to stop him before everything is destroyed. He also reveals that Ladybug possesses the power of creation, while Cat Noir possesses the power of destruction. Only by working together can they defeat Moth, because when their powers unite, they become far stronger than either of them could ever be alone. Before they can ask any more questions, Wang Fu suddenly disappears. Not long afterward, Marinette, returns home. Back at his house, Cat Noir can't stop thinking about Ladybug. Ever since she saved him, she's been on his mind constantly. Meanwhile, Marinette wants nothing to do with being a superhero. Determined to return to her normal life, she even throws the Ladybug Miraculous out the window and tries convincing herself that everything that happened was nothing more than a strange dream. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. No matter how hard she tries, she can't get rid of the Ladybug Kwame because she has already been chosen as Ladybug's holder. In the next scene, we see Adrian's father once again. The butterfly Kwame warns him that he's abusing his powers, putting innocent people in danger and pushing the world toward destruction. But Adrian's father doesn't care. His desire to bring his wife back is stronger than anything else, and he's willing to pay any price to make it happen. Fully embracing the butterfly miraculous, he allows its dark power to consume him. Moments later, he transforms into the powerful villain known as Moth. As Moth, he wants to bring Ladybug and Cat Noir together as quickly as possible. His plan is simple: defeat them, steal their powers, and become the most powerful being in existence. With their abilities in his possession, he believes he'll finally be able to bring Adrian's mother back to life. Moth knows that Ladybug and Cat Noir usually appear when the world is facing a major threat. So, to force them into action, he begins empowering dangerous criminals and unleashing them on the city. The next day, two criminals corrupted by Moth's dark magic arrive at a bank intending to rob it. When police officers show up and try to stop them, the criminals use their powers to turn a massive bank vault into a deadly weapon. The officers are quickly overwhelmed, and the criminals continue their rampage through the city, spreading chaos wherever they go. In the next scene, Adrian is spending time at a carnival with his friend Nino. While they're there, they run into Marinette and her friend Alaya. Since Nino and Alaya already know each other, they head off together to enjoy the carnival, leaving Adrian and Marinette on their own. Just then, Adrian receives a call from his father. The moment his father learns that Adrian is at the carnival, he urgently tells him to come home immediately. Of course, Moth already knows what is about to happen. After all, he's the one who sent the empowered criminals there in the first place. A short time later, the two criminals arrive at the carnival and begin using their magical powers to spread destruction everywhere. Panic erupts throughout the area. Fake toys from carnival booths suddenly come to life and start attacking people, forcing everyone to run for safety. As soon as Marinette realizes what's happening, she quickly transforms into Ladybug and rushes in to help. Meanwhile, the criminals begin destroying the giant Ferris wheel and the roller coaster, both of which are packed with terrified people trapped inside. While Ladybug is busy rescuing people at the carnival, a giant balloon toy suddenly attacks her. Just before it can hurt her, Adrian arrives as Cat Noir and jumps into action, saving Ladybug from the attack. With Cat Noir now by her side, the two heroes join forces to take on the criminals. As the battle continues, they discover something important. Whenever they fight together, their powers become even stronger. Meanwhile, the two criminals are using their magical abilities and the giant balloon toy to target the people trapped on the roller coaster and the Ferris wheel. Among those trapped are Nino, Aaliyah, Chloe, and Sabrina. Ladybug and Cat Noir work together and struggle through an intense battle to keep everyone safe. One by one, Ladybug manages to rescue the people in danger. At the same time, Cat Noir is left alone on the giant Ferris wheel, continuing to fight one of the criminals by himself. A few moments later, Ladybug arrives to help him, and together they finally overpower both criminals. They launch the villains straight toward the giant balloon toy, trapping them inside it. However, the danger isn't over yet. The massive Ferris wheel breaks loose and begins rolling toward the city. If it crashes, countless people could be killed. Working side by side, Ladybug and Cat Noir use everything they have to stop the giant structure before disaster strikes. At the same time, the giant balloon toy collides with the top of a sharp skyscraper and explodes. As soon as the villains are defeated, Moth's magical butterflies leave their bodies and fly away, causing both criminals to return to normal. Suddenly, thousands of butterflies gather in the sky and form the image of Moth's face. Speaking through the swarm, Moth warns Ladybug and Cat Noir that next time, he won't show them any mercy. Even so, the heroes have successfully saved everyone. The crowd cheers for them, and before long, Ladybug and Cat Noir become famous throughout the entire city. Over the following weeks, Moth continues sending more and more empowered criminals to spread destruction and eliminate the two heroes. But every time, Ladybug and Cat Noir work together and defeat the villains one after another. Each victory only makes Moth angrier and more determined to destroy them. As time passes, both heroes become much more skilled with their powers. They also grow closer, and develop a strong friendship, although they still argue with each other from time to time. Cat Noir's feelings for Ladybug continue to grow, and eventually he decides to confess how he feels. Unfortunately for him, Ladybug gently turns him down. The reason is simple. Just as Cat Noir has feelings for Ladybug, Marinette secretly has feelings for Adrien. Since Ladybug still has no idea that Cat Noir is actually Adrien, she can't return his feelings. Cat Noir, who is really Adrien, is heartbroken by the rejection. The next day at school, Marinette finally gathers enough courage to confess her feelings to Adrien. But Adrien doesn't know that Marinette is actually Ladybug. Because of that, he turns her down and walks away. Marinette is devastated. She truly loves Adrien, and being rejected by him breaks her heart. As for Moth, who was actually Adrien's father, he had become completely frustrated after losing to Ladybug and Cat Noir over and over again. So this time, he decided to take matters into his own hands. His plan was simple. If he caused enough destruction himself, Ladybug and Cat Noir would be forced to come after him. Then he could defeat them, steal their powers. Panic spreads everywhere as buildings crumble, explosions erupt, and people run through the streets trying to save their lives. When Marinette sees the destruction, she immediately transforms into Ladybug and rushes in to help the civilians. But even she realizes that facing Moth alone is impossible. He is far more powerful than any enemy she has faced before. She desperately needs Cat Noir's help. Unfortunately, Cat Noir is still heartbroken after being rejected by Ladybug and is lying alone in his room. His Kwame reminds him that people are in danger and that Ladybug needs him. The moment Adrien sees the devastation happening throughout the city, he pushes his feelings aside, transforms into Cat Noir, and races off to help. Meanwhile, Moth stands at the top of the tallest tower in the city, spreading destruction in every direction. Because Cat Noir is still upset with Ladybug, he rushes ahead on his own and starts climbing the tower, determined to defeat Moth without anyone's help. But Moth is far stronger than him. The villain easily overwhelms Cat Noir, beating him badly before shattering the tower itself. As the structure collapses, Cat Noir falls into the river below. Moth then turns the river's water into molten lava and tries to finish him off. Just in time, Ladybug arrives and pulls Cat Noir out of the river, saving his life once again. Cat Noir is unconscious, leaving Ladybug to face Moth alone. A moment later, Moth attacks her, steals her Ladybug earrings, and throws her aside. After obtaining Ladybug's power, Moth becomes even stronger than before. Meanwhile, without her miraculous, Marinette transforms back into her normal self. Now Moth turns his attention to Cat Noir and begins taking his powers as well. Seeing this, Marinette desperately tries to stop him and save Cat Noir. During the struggle, part of Cat Noir's mask is torn away. In that instant, both Marinette and Moth discover Cat Noir's true identity. He's Adrien. Moth is even more stunned when he realizes that the hero he's been fighting this entire time is his own son. Overcome with guilt, he immediately stops the destruction and abandons his villainous form, returning to normal. At the same time, Marinette regains her powers and transforms back into Ladybug. Adrien can hardly believe the truth. The person responsible for all the chaos and destruction wasn't a stranger at all. It was his own father. Filled with regret, Adrien's father apologizes to him. He admits that he became so obsessed with bringing Adrien's mother back that he completely lost sight of right and wrong. Hearing this, Adrien embraces his father. Soon afterward, Wang Fu arrives at the scene. Ladybug returns the butterfly miraculous to him, ending Moth's reign once and for all. Because of the destruction he caused, Adrien's father is taken into custody, but the city still lies in ruins. Using her power of creation, Ladybug restores everything that was destroyed, returning the city to normal as if nothing had ever happened. The citizens are overjoyed, and peace finally returns. In the final scene, Adrien hosts a party at his house. Marinette attends the celebration, and this time she decides to tell him the truth. She reveals that she is actually Ladybug. Adrien is thrilled to learn her secret, and everything finally makes sense. With their identities revealed, their feelings no longer hidden, and the city safe once again.